Hi Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great today. These are going to be general messages for July 15th to the 21st. So I'm going to pull a bunch of different cards and we're just going to talk really briefly about the energies that we're going to be dealing with just this week. The most important thing really is going to be, really it's all about Cancer actually this week, I want to say. As we do have Mercury is still continuing to come out of retrograde until the 26th, right? It's stationed direct on the 12th. So for those of you who are watching this before the 12th, just know the 12th is going to be a pretty intense day, right? Whenever the planet is stationed direct, there's always a lot of extra energy juiced up into that day. But anyway, that's when it's stationed, but it doesn't come out of its shadow until the 26th. So we're going to be dealing with this energy, and you guys, Taurus, you guys are going to be feeling it very heavily in your third house, right? Your third house energies are going to be deeply impacted this week, and not in a bad way, in a good way. I actually really like these energies. The third house, remember, is Gemini is the ruler, is the landlord of the third house. Mercury is the ruler. It's all about communication. It's about learning, right? Gemini is the student. It's about learning. So that workshop, that certification, it has to do with short distance travel. It has to do with signing papers, any sort of paperwork that you might have to do. It has to do with marketing and advertising to a certain degree. It has to do with siblings, okay, as well. Siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, all of that is our third house energy. So you could be feeling it in any of those areas. Guys, remember the houses are very big and these are general messages. So, but it's going to be all about the third house of communication. Now, I do want to say that what I really like about this energy is that you're going to be feeling finally an alignment between this sense of alignment between your heart and your head in this third house area. And this is what I'm calling a great time of emotional intelligence at play, where we have this joining up of our heart and our mind, which is really great. Because when this energy joins the new moon in Cancer, again, in your third house on the 20th at 28 degrees, there's going to be something very illuminated, something that's been kind of gnawing at you and eating at you. You know, do you want to take that workshop? Should you get that certification? Should you call that sibling? Should you call that relative? Should you sign that paperwork? You know, really kind of getting into what those third house energies mean. But guys, listen, don't feel too frustrated if something seems to be in your way right now in this area. All right, as you feel pushed into the future, this is going to pass. It's just simply, we're still dealing with retrograde season right now, Leo. Leo's all about that fifth house of fun. And that's what we're going to be getting into at the end of the month. So, not just yet, but I like it because it's really focusing on what resonates with you, honestly, Taurus. Like, what do you, because Leo, fifth house, what does that fifth house have to do with, right? Fifth house has to do with love affairs. It has to do with boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, what we do with our partner on a Monday through Sunday basis. It has to do with our hobbies, our children, relationship with our children. What do we do that we love, that we cultivate and grow? It could even have to do with like our own business, our own kind of thing, right? And we have sixth house, has to do with every day. We have Saturn. And we have Cancer. Okay, yeah. Cancer in this heavy Cancer energy here, right? So why don't we talk about, let's talk about the Cancer energies first. So it's time to really figure out with the Cancer energy, how safe do you feel right now? How rooted do you feel in what it is that you've been in? And really allowing this to rise up to the surface, right? Really allowing yourself to go there is a really time to balance with giving and receiving. So how much have you been giving to that relationship, to that job, to that family connection, to that, anything that I mentioned in that third house energy? Like how much energy have you been giving? Is it equitable? Is there fairness there in a way that's allowing you to feel very safe in it, that's allowing you to feel grounded, really getting in touch with what that means. And then we have Saturn. So this is really bringing a reality check on anything that's been, as I say, like cloaked in conscious or unconscious delusion in this energy. Like you might feel a level of unfairness in your life right now, but you have to trust that whatever comes up right now is honestly meant for your evolution. It really is. And then we have the sixth house. So the sixth house, the landlord of the sixth house is Virgo. Ruler is Mercury. This has to do with our day-to-day. So our day-to-day just our general day-to-day, our day-to-day work environment. It's also the house of health. And this is mental, physical, and emotional health. Like how centered have you been feeling? You know, have you been eating okay? Is it time that you maybe start paying attention to healthier eating patterns? Are you doing anything, maybe overindulging in any area that you need to look at in a way to balance yourself out? So that is the Astro Dice. Those are the Astro Dice messages. But yeah, I mean, I like the Saturn energy being in there, honestly, I do have to tell you, because reality is always a good thing when we're talking about third house energies. You know, why not? Especially when we're talking about, you know, the moon energy. It's just that new moon, Cancer. Really nice. Okay, so let's pull some Lenormand. We have the letter. Let me show you that. Letter. Remember, Lenormand looks like tarot, but it's really not. We don't interpret it the same way. We have Ruby. And we have the Stairs. It's all about choices. So remember, guys, with the Lenormand, we don't really read them in isolation. We read them together. So we have some sort of correspondence coming in, but it may not be coming in as quickly as you would like, but it's certainly going to be coming in. It's going to certainly be coming in. But I love the Ruby is all about stability. So this is real, and this is a very benefic energy to get if you're going to be signing contracts, third house energy, right? If you're going to be deepening of a commitment, right? Just think of it like this. The Ruby energy is all about a strong foundation. Like back in the day, back in Egyptian something, they used to actually bury rubies in the foundation of anything that they built in order to, you know, energetically, try to energetically assure a strong foundation, right? So think about it like that. So if this has to do with career, information coming in that's going to incite you, get it moving into a career. I see you having choices though, which is really nice. This is really nice for career. This is really nice regardless. Could be a little wonky for a relationship though, but let me talk about for career first. So this could be snail mail, text message, email, whatever it is coming in, but it's not coming in as timely as you would like. But what I like is that whatever is going to be coming in is going to allow you a strong foundation. But I feel like you're going to be having choices to either stay in what you're doing now or change paths, or 2 opportunities can come in, maybe even 3, because this is kind of like a doubles and a multiples energy. So, but it's all about choices, you know, hence why, as I segue into why it can end up being a little trippy, having to do with a relationship, because you might be hearing from somebody who, because even guys, the ruby can even indicate like a marriage proposal, you know, even though it's a ruby, it's not okay, but I mean in the Lenormand, it can indicate a marriage proposal. So this could be some sort of communication coming in having to do with a marriage proposal, or having to do with somebody wanting to have a very grounded relationship with you, but there being more than one energy present, either on your end or their end. Okay, and I have to say it like that because this is a general message. This is not a private reading, right? So, but this is all about choices, you know, at the end. So message coming in, somebody really wanting a firm foundation, but one of you, both of you, maybe even having these other options and just not being completely sure. But the thing is here, there's only one choice to make, and you're going to need to make it. And whatever choice you make is going to end up being the right one. But you see, you don't know. There's two different situations on the other side, right? There's just 2 different. You know, this one has got some clouds but some sun, and this one has a beautiful blue sky but some clouds. So it's like 6 1 half dozen the other. It's whatever one you choose is going to end up being the right one for you, but you just want to make sure that you think about it carefully. So if you're thinking about, you know, which path should I choose for that job, or what should I do in this relationship, what should I do about this family connection, which I do feel like, because of the third house energies, a lot of you might be going through stuff having to do with that, right? Siblings and cousins, aunts, whatever, extended family. Not really parents. Parents is more 4th house energy. Your kids are really a 5th house energy. So it's really more like, again, you know, siblings, aunts, cousins, that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's pull some Chakra Tarot and get a vibe for where you're at right now. Let's move this guy here. What you're moving into. It's all about morality right now for you, Taurus. Standing in your morals. Good. I like the Nine of Swords in reverse better than in the upright. And this is the outcome. Ace of Coins. New job, new connection. Okay, and we'll pull some love oracles at the end for those of you who want more information about love. So, Eight of Wands, you know, delay. So this can be, you know, because the wands are well in motivation and forward movement. Lots of passion, fire in your belly. So for some of you, this could be you realizing that you just don't feel the fire anymore for what it is that you're doing, whether it is in that relationship, in that job, you know, feeling like you jive with your family the way that you typically did, feeling like, I don't know if I really, you know, like what I'm doing, and I feel like I want to move into something else, but I feel like this holding back, right? Because again, it's whenever wands are reversed, there's always delay. So there's delay. I mean, the eight of wands in the upright is very, very positive. It does indicate a strong foundation, but right now there's delay in being able to bring that. So it could be because of the COVID situation, or it could just be because of you know, of you, or just other situations, you know, but there is this indication of delay. But we have the Justice energy next, which I really like. Like if this has to do with relationship, this can indicate fairness, because Justice is Libra, and Libra is that 7th house energy of partnership, of serious partnership. So that could have to do with a marriage partnership, a business partnership. This could even be anyone who we have a soul shared purpose. So, of course, that would be a business partner. This could also, of course, be even a close family member where we have, again, a shared soul purpose. So that would also obviously be, if not marriage, I mean, marriage is a piece of paper, but you know what I mean? Like if you're in that level, if you guys just met and you're in the throes of passion with that new honeymoon period, that's more of a 5th house energy. 7th house energy typically means you guys have been in it. But I really like this for a relationship because it does indicate fairness and love, right? Because it's ruled by Venus. So really feeling good, feeling connected. So I like that. Also for career, this is great. For many of you, this can indicate a new job opportunity coming in. Plus, we have the Knight of Cups. So I do feel like there is some sort of delay, or again, because it's general message, this recognition that you have a lack of passion to continue doing whatever you were doing, but then there's this newness coming in. And I have to tell you, not to jump ahead, but to have the Justice next to the 7 of Wands, okay, those of you who are involved in any kind of lawsuit or legal situation right now, this is a very benefic energy for you, very positive for signing any contracts, very positive for, again, any sort of legal anything that you've been going through. This does indicate it going in your favor, which is a really good thing. Yeah, but I do like it for, regardless of how it's going to roll out, how you're resonating with it, the Justice energy is a really good energy to get in the upright. So then we have the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is a deepening of commitment for those of you who are in a relationship right now, and just realizing that, you know, a new level of a relationship with an existing partner, which is really good. Others of you, if you're not in a serious relationship, this can indicate somebody new coming in. Now, the only little caveat with this is that if it's somebody brand spanking new, you want to be a little mindful of seeing that their walk matches their talk, because often the Knight of Cups energy as a new relationship in this energy can often be somebody who presents themselves as being very ready and willing, willing and able to get into a new relationship. And they can present themselves sort of as like, you know, Prince or Princess Charming, and kind of wearing that false mask that a lot of people wear in the beginning. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but you just want to make sure that their walk matches their talk, because they might, there's a tendency here of somebody coming in and maybe over promising what they're actually willing to show up as in reality. But that's only, but again, guys, that could just be insecurity in the beginning. So be a little forgiving, you know, with that. If that's what you're sort of vibing. But for those of you in relationship, this is, I like it. It's a deepening. There's a deepening of commitment. There's a deepening of communication. This shows me a very supportive partner. So you may be going through stuff in your career, but you have a very supportive partner at the same time. Now, if this has nothing to do with relationship whatsoever, the Knight of Cups indicates, again, it's this new job offer coming in, this, or somebody coming across your path. Because it's a court card, we have to understand that either is you, a separate person, or a general influence. So if this is you, you're very excited to give your heart to a new cause, some sort of new relationship, some sort of new position that you want to get into. For others of you, if this has to do with another person, this is a new job opportunity coming in, somebody coming in and offering you something. Okay, it's just the general energetic influence does indicate this beautiful moving forward, because it's an Aquarius and Pisces energy. And Aquarius is out of the box. Aquarius is all about different from what you're doing right now and moving towards your dream space. That's the Pisces energy. So Aquarius is doing something differently, and Pisces is going towards that dream space. So, you know, if you're in an existing relationship, the relationship being different, where it's deeper now, you sense it deepening. For those of you may be meeting somebody brand new who's very different than somebody who you've typically been with. This can indicate you getting into a new line of work that you're just really falling in love with. This can indicate a lawsuit settling up in your favor and it being very life-changing. So for some of you, because it has to do with contracts and paperwork and stuff, this could have to do with, you know, even though inheritances is more of an 8th house energy, this could certainly be that, right? Yeah, I'm feeling that very strongly. That for some of you, if some sort of lawsuit settles up, it's gonna bring positive energy into your life for sure. Where it's gonna allow you to do your life differently. If that makes sense. All right, now so this is where you are right now. You're gonna be moving into the Knight of Coins energy. So we like the Knight of Coins energy because it's a Leo and Virgo. So Leo's all about feeling fiery, first of all, passionate, fire energy. But Leo is the landlord of the 5th house, which is the 5th house of hobbies and children and love affairs and boyfriend and girlfriend connections, and how we connect with our partner on a Monday through Sunday communication and all of that. This is the act of sex is the 5th house energy, right? So feeling this deep connection. So if it has to do with relationship, of course, this is another. Here we have 2 knights, by the way, and we would consider them next to each other because of the gradation of what I'm going in here. So this indicates friendship. So for when we have 2 knights in the upright, close by, right, in a reading, it indicates friendship. So we like this because for those of you who are in, this tells me that some of you are really in a very, very cool, close friendship. You're very good friends with your partner. There's a strong friendship going on here. Really, really nice. But besides that, this does indicate the pragmatics being kind of laid out for more money coming in. Taurus, I do feel like you're going to be making more money. There's this offer coming in of more money, and it's going to be by doing something that you really, really like. Now, if it's not coming forward to you yet in the 3D, you're at least honing your energies in on what it is that you want. So it could be honing in your energies on that job, honing in your energies on realizing you want to actually give that relationship a chance, or focusing your energies that you really want to take that relationship to the next level, right? Because Pentacle has to do with emotional, mental, and physical connection. So I do feel like this deepening, right? This deepening. And then we go into the 7 of Wands energy, which is a Mars and Leo. So this does indicate some sort of obstacle that you're dealing with in your path. And it's frustrating for you. And the thing too, as I mentioned a few moments ago, is the 7 of Wands is a very moral energy. It's very like drawing a line in the sand about what you want, need, and desire. And sometimes this can even come up when you're fighting for the rights of people, which is very timely. So any of you watching who are very involved in any of the movements right now, whatever side of it all that you fall on, whatever it is, but you feeling very passionate about moving your agenda forward. Again, the 3rd house has to do with communication. It's a Mercury energy, it's Gemini. And it's about, like learning and communicating, right? So it's you getting very, you're very in your morals right now. Let's just leave it at that. Do you know what I mean? where you're very definitive about where you stand on things, what you want, need, and desire in that relationship, what you want, need, and desire having to do with that career, and on a little more of a global scale, just because of the life that we're all living right now, that could also obviously apply to a societal level for sure. Then we have the Chariot Reverse. So the Chariot Reverse energy is typically, as a Chariot is a Cancer energy, which is the fourth house, right? Cancer is the landlord of the fourth house of home, and that's that metaphorical home space as well, right? Doing what we're supposed to be doing on a rightful path. And this tells me that there's some sort of self-indulgence that you're needing to deal with, if not you, somebody else, some sort of egotism, some sort of somebody taking wrong direction, somebody doing something just not the right way, right? Not being on the right path, let's put it that way, right? I would say the Chariot Reverse energy, I always have this vision of that car going down that narrow country road and losing control of the steering wheel and ending up down at the bottom of the ditch upside down. It's like, what happened, man? You just got off path. You know, you took your eyes off the road. You weren't paying attention to everything the way you should have been paying attention. Now, Taurus, this doesn't have to be you. You could be dealing with this kind of energy. Hence the Seven of Wands energy. You know what I'm saying? So you might be in a relationship with somebody who's not making the best choices right now. And you're like, hey, what's going on? That's not okay with me. Guess what? Nope. So that could definitely be, resonating with some of you in that way. It can also be this situation in a job where, you have this offer, but you're very in your morals and you are not in alignment with what's going on. You're not in alignment. But sometimes when we have the Chariot Reverse energy, it's actually a gift, right? And we have to deal with it, because sometimes we realize what we want by recognizing what's not good for us. You know what I mean? So I do feel that, because I see, in the near future, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. I like this because this indicates that any kind of anxiety, depression, confusion that you've been experiencing, Taurus, you're coming out of it. Like the worst of it is over and you're on the uptick now. Not that you're totally out of it yet, because you're still dealing with delay. You're still dealing with delay. You're still not 100% sure of how you feel about things. You're just not sure, right? This is a Mars in Gemini in reverse. So there might be, foggy communication, or there might be a lack of communication fully in the way that you want. You not being fully... You also may be very actively working on something that you need to finish up to bring yourself on that new path. Again, because Gemini is the student and Mars is all about that fresh path and new perspective. So you can be feeling very anxious about needing to take a workshop, needing to take some sort of certification, needing to communicate or reach out in order to bring yourself onto that new path, but you resolving to do it once and for all. So I like that for you, because again, the high level anxiety and all that stuff is behind you already. And it's like that's going to be releasing something for you, right? So I do see that block in communication, whatever it is that you've been waiting for to come in, kind of lifting here, right? We have the Ace of Coins energy. The Ace is always a brand new. So this does directly indicate a brand new job, to be honest. Or this could be you entering a brand new space in a relationship. Like brand space, again, because coins are mental, physical, emotional connection. Brand new, brand new, brand new. But then we have the Hermit energy. So you might be dealing with a Virgo, right? But the Hermit is all about actively working on a relationship, actively working or actively working on your inner self, okay, however you want to combine them, being single for a little bit. And really just focusing on yourself, If this has to do with career, this indicates a very pragmatic, introspective approach to what it is that you're doing. Really good, I think, because that's that Virgo energy in there. So however you're going to be resonating with that, I like the Hermit energy because it's allowing yourself to take the mental space that you need in order to figure something out. So whether it's going in alone for a little bit or actively working, on yourself while working on a relationship, or working on yourself while you go it alone, it's going to be different for each of you. But no matter how you slice it, there's inner work going on here for sure. Absolutely. I'm really looking at yourself. So I that's great. Like, when is that not good? When is that not good, right? So let's clear these guys up. Let's pull some oracles for love. Those of you who want some more information on love, for those of you in that space, I know not everyone is, which is why I sort of save it to the end as a little separate something something. Okay. Okay, let's pull some heart or love oracles rather, and then we'll pull Island Time Wellness. Honeymoon. Doesn't have to literally be honeymoon, guys, but it's that space, you know, where you just feel like you're discovering each other in a new way. You're feeling like you're getting back on track after maybe you guys haven't been on track. You could literally be going on honeymoon. I don't really know where you'd be going because you can't really travel. We have codependency, okay? Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So guys, this doesn't have to be that specifically, right? You know, an addiction is anything that is imbalanced. So that's why codependency would be considered actually a form of an addiction. The same way as alcohol, drugs, spending money, sex, addiction to food. That would be an addiction to sex, by the way. Not that sex is a codependent kind of thing. But, you know, if you do it in an unhealthy way, anything like that. Even depression and anxiety, that's like left unchecked. You know what I mean? Where there's no treatment going on for it, or this lack of willingness to actually admit that it's an issue within the relationship. Oh my gosh, I've just shuffled these so much. Who just got these? Aries just got, well, they didn't get honeymoon, but they did get codependency in children. So children, your love life is being affected by children. So that could be actual children, the idea of having children. Should we have kids? Should we not have kids? Should we adopt? What should we do? Anything like that. But children also do represent anything that you guys would build together as a couple. So I always consider that like a business, you know, even animals, you know, that you know, where you adopt them together and you nurture and cultivate them together like you would children, you know, anything like that you would end up growing. So that could be any sort of situation in your life, or it could just be the idea of, wow, you know, are we going to be able to have kids? Or if we do have kids, what's life going to look like at that point? You know, do we have enough? Do we have what we need? We have Hammer, Axe, and Seduction. Hammer, sabotage, rebuilding, repetitive. Sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation. Then we have Axe, breakup, separation, stopping the pattern, silent treatment. Yeah, you know, I always say with the Hammer energy, those of you who are watching me, if you treat everything like, right, if all you have in your toolbox is a hammer, you're going to treat everything like it's a nail. Right? So it's about recognizing any patterns that go on. And then we have seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay, 3 kind of heavy hitters here. What if my fears are shouts from my intuition that you are not healthy for me? You hurt me. Please allow me the space to see if I can move past this. Please stop trying to control everything. It's stifling me, and I don't want to feel this way. Okay, definitely need more cards there. So there might have been issues about where your relationship is going, you know? Where is it going? Being in that level, that serious space, the honeymoon, to me, I view those more as like a gradation of seriousness of relationship. Like when we're talking the marriage, the honeymoon energy, it's a serious relationship with somebody's, you know, level of imbalance in some area, in lust and greed, in any sort of, you know, codependency, egotism, anxiety, depression, irresponsibility with money, you know, whatever, getting in the way of being able to build something together, to grow, to nurture, to cultivate with that children energy. Yeah, and then we have this idea of sabotaging and then rebuilding, but it's like stop the pattern. But there is some sort of energy of seduction that's going on here, or if it didn't happen, there was at least temptation of it. So here it's like, either you or the person that you're dealing with is like, what if my fears are, simply my intuition? What if it's just my intuition telling me that, you're not healthy for me because you hurt me and I need some space to see if I can move past it. So I see this seduction energy being an issue here, but, somebody trying to like I was going to say shoo it or poo it away, but like discount your feelings about something and they were trying to control the way something was going to be playing out. And that ended up being an issue here, trying to micromanage. So the idea of micromanaging something within this connection ended up being an issue, or somebody was using that as an excuse to actually seek some sort of external energy outside the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like as an excuse, we have Judgment, which is about, okay, man, this Pluto. Whoop. Pluto, 4 Pentacles. Okay. Working hard. All right, I see it going well. I mean, for those of you who are interested in the transformation, because the Judgment energy is all about forgiveness, it's forgiveness through transformation. But this is you saying that you showed up in the right way. Well, you believe you did. But the idea here, though, is that there needs to be transformation. And if you're willing to put the hard work in, 4 of Pentacles, it's putting that hard work in, because it's Sun in Capricorn. Capricorn is all about putting in that hard work. It's ruled by Saturn. But you have, to me, what I'm getting here is that you guys have what you need in order to succeed. I like the 6 of Wands. This is the card of success. This is the card of respect as well. So lots of good communication, I feel like, is going to end up happening for you, Taurus, in this 3rd house energy, especially as Mercury comes out of that Cancer retrograde. Again, we're going to be looking at everything this particular week through the lens of Cancer, which is all about how safe do I feel. It's all about what do I need to feel grounded, to feel rooted in that job, in that relationship, in that connection. What do I need? And being able to finally, once and for all, have healthy communication, because Mercury is finally going to be close to being out of shadow. And just with that, the new moon energy, it's going to be a very nice energy. It just is, So I hope this was helpful. I feel like this was a pretty specific message for somebody out there. But if not, guys, don't try to make it fit. As I always say, get you next time. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next week. Okay, bye-bye.